are millions of living things on Earth, from the smallest plants to enormous whales. These plants and animals live in different places, like oceans, rainforests, and deserts. These different places and all the things that live in them are called ecosystems. In an ecosystem, there are living things like plants and animals, and things that are not living, like rocks, water, and air. Together, these things make an ecosystem. The different parts of an ecosystem work together and use each other. For example, in a garden ecosystem, plants use the land, water, light, and air to live. Bees visit plants to drink nectar from their flowers. When bees do this, they also take pollen from one plant to another. Pollen helps flowers to make seeds that can become new plants. The Stonehenge stone circles are in England. People transported the first stones to this place about 5,000 years ago. We don't know a lot about Stonehenge. Who built it? How did they build it? Why did they build it? It's a mystery. People built Stonehenge with blue stones and sarsen stones. There were about 80 blue stones. They came from mountains 250 kilometers away. They are very heavy. Some weigh about 4 metric tons. The biggest sarsen stone weighs about 45 metric tons. That's like 10 elephants. The sarsen stones are even bigger and heavier. About 4,000 years ago, people transported them from 30 kilometers away. How did people use Stonehenge? Maybe they used it as a cemetery or a place for studying the sun and the stars. Maybe it was also a temple. It's still a special place for some people today. Every year, on June 21st, lots of people go to Stonehenge to celebrate the longest day of the year. Free time is very important. It's good for you to do something different after school or work. It's also fun. Many of our favorite free time activities are popular all around the world. Soccer is the most popular sport in the world, and it's a big part of life in Brazil. People here love to watch and play soccer in their free time. In Brazil, you don't need a pitch or expensive boots to play soccer. People play soccer in the street and on the beach. Children often play with no boots. Some people think that Brazilians are good at soccer because they learn a special way to play when they are children. They learn to play a type of soccer called futsal. There are 5 players in each team. The ball is small, but it's full of sand, so it's very heavy. Futsal started in South America, but now it's popular in many other countries.
October 31st is Halloween. Children wear costumes. In the evening, they knock on doors and people give them candy. At Halloween, some people buy a pumpkin. They cut holes in the pumpkin to make eyes, a nose, and a mouth. They put a candle in the pumpkin to make a lantern. a lantern, and a scary face. Stores sell Halloween toys, like skeletons and spiders. People aren't really scared at Halloween. It's fun.
Many people made this book. Do you know how we make books? An author writes the words, and an editor checks the words. Other people draw pictures or take photos for the book. Designers use a computer to put the words, photos, and pictures into pages. In factories, printing machines print the pages on paper. They print 16 pages on one big piece of paper. Then other machines cut the paper into pages. People used machines to fix the pages of this book together. Sometimes people sew the pages together. Then they fix them to the cover with glue. In 1665, a British scientist called Robert Hooke made one of the first microscopes. He used it to look at a thin piece of tree bark called cork. He saw that the cork was made of lots of tiny pieces. These were the cork cells. Today, microscopes can magnify things 1,000,000 times. When Robert Hooke saw the pieces inside the cork, he called them cells because they looked like little rooms called cells.
Every country has typical dishes that are popular with local people. These dishes are often made in a traditional way with special ingredients. Couscous is one of the most typical foods in Morocco. It's made from wheat. The couscous grains are small when they are dry. Then they get bigger when they are cooked with water. Moroccans often eat couscous with meat and vegetable dishes. What types of dishes are typical in your country?
E-book means electronic book. You can use a device called an e-book reader to read e-books. E-books are popular for many reasons. First, they are cheaper. On average, e-books are about 8% cheaper than paper books. Second, they are faster and easier to buy. You don't have to go to a bookstore. You can pay for and download the books from the internet. Third, you can carry e-books easily. An e-reader can hold thousands of e-books and remain thin and light. Finally, an e-book is comfortable to read. You can change the size of the text. You can also change the brightness of the screen. E-book sales in the U.S. are increasing every year. In contrast, paper book sales have been going down. In 2012, e-book sales were $3.04 billion in the U.S. Paper book sales were $11.9 billion. In 2014, e-book sales climbed to $5.7 billion. Paper book sales fell to $10 billion. Some experts say that e-books will sell more than paper books. They predict this will happen in the U.S. by 2018.
Space is everything that's around planet Earth, and it's bigger than we can imagine. When you look at the sky at night, you can see thousands of stars. Did you know that the sun is a star too? There are also billions of other stars in space and billions of planets. Stars are huge balls of hot gas. A star with planets around it is called a solar system. Our sun has 8 planets. This is our solar system. Groups of stars are called galaxies. Each galaxy has billions of stars. Our solar system is in a galaxy called the Milky Way that has 200 billion stars. There are billions of other galaxies in the universe.
Engineers are trying to make plane engines that don't pollute the air, but it's very difficult. They know that lighter planes with bigger wings use less fuel. They are designing better planes all the time. Some planes can fly using biofuels, but many people think it's wrong to grow plants for planes. They say that we need the land to grow food for people. What do you think? A few planes are already powered by solar energy, but they don't have any space for passengers.